Hey there, it's Divian here, and I wanted to, in this bit of content, talk to you about what I believe. Creating wealth is actually the secret to having the biggest impact you can have. Now, look, I've got notes because I always take notes. There's just too much to remember in life, generally speaking, to not take notes. And this, I want to help share with you why this is so important, how this will impact you if you want to make a difference. And I know that if you're watching this, you want to make a difference in the world. That's why you're watching this, right? Why else would you watch it? So, look, here's the thing, is to help other people. You need a few different things to be able to help other people. Whether it's helping people in your business, it's helping people, your suppliers, your clients, whether it's helping the people who work for you, whether employees or outsourcers, whether it's helping the local people around you, your family, your friends, just random people. Whoever you're helping, it always involves three main things. And what I love is it doesn't matter how you're helping people, you need to consider these three main things. And these three things are time, emotional and spiritual capacity, and resources. And I want to go through these three things and tell you why I think they're so important and how you can then create wealth and impact so many more people. Like, look, impacting people requires resources, whether it's in the form of time and mind space, whether it's emotional, spiritual capacity, or whether it's money and other things that money can buy. They're the things that you need to really impact people. Personally, I want to get very, 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 very wealthy. Not because I want that money. I've even worked it out, right? I've worked out that when I have a family, I need £50,000 a year worth of income. That's it. Don't need any more. I'm cool. 50 grand will give me the lifestyle I want. I don't want to live a massive lifestyle, but I want to make loads of money. I don't want loads of money so I can just spend it on myself. I want to make loads of money so I can help other people. I can reinvest it and create even more abundance and into my business and onto other investments. I run another business on top of this business, and I want to create the resources so I can help other people. Now, helping other people requires us growing ourselves, right? To be able to help other people. And here's the reason why. Let's go for number one, time. Time's so important. Time and mind space are so important. And we've got to have an abundance of this. If we don't have an abundance of this, we are not going to be able to help other people, right? We've got to be able to choose. We've got to be able to have the option to be able to do things the way we want to do it. What I mean by that is we've got to have the option to be able to go out and help other people, or spend the day thinking about how we're going to help other people, or planning to help other people, or whatever it is. We've got to have that option, right? And how do we create time and mind space? By having less to do. Now look, don't get me wrong. If you're in a job, kudos to you. There's nothing wrong with being in a job. There's no, if you're in a business, amazing, great. It's as equally as good as being in a job. Here's the thing for me personally. I wanted to run a business because I know it's hard. I know it's hard to run a business because you've got to manage so many things. That's why I want to run a business. And I know that the sky's the limit with creating income, right? And that's why I want to run a business, because the sky's the limit. And I can create something that's self-sustaining, can become self-building and become something massive that frees my time up and can run itself. And that's why time's so important. Look, if I have more time and mind space, I can go and think about the solutions to helping other people and implement them as well. So, for example, the other day often I speak to and just give a bit of change or food or whatever to homeless people. I often come across them in the city I live in, Coventry. There's quite a few of them in Coventry town centre, and I often give to them. Or I might sit and have a chat. And I was thinking the other week, how do I help these people more? Like, what can I do to really help them? I don't mean just give them a little bit of food, like change their life, shift them, move them to a new place. And when I was thinking about this, I thought this requires massive amount of resources in terms of being able to help them emotionally from where they're at. Now look, for me to have the resources to really help these people shift, it can't just be me. It's got to be more than me. It's got to be bigger than me. It's got to be way, way bigger than me, right? And so I've got to create that financial abundance, that financial freedom, that wealth, whatever you want to call it, right? To be able to have that capacity to go and help these people. That's number one, is time and mind space. Mind space as well is about thinking about the solutions you want to help people with. For me, it's not just about throwing some money at it, just giving them some food. It's about how can I help these people get off the streets? For you, it might be something different. It might be with your family. It might be with the people in your business that you help. It might be with your friends. It might be a total other cause, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong cause. It might be that you want to work on making sure you just say thank you when you get to the counter at the checkout, when you're at Sainsbury's, or when you're shopping at Asda or Aldi or whatever. Just that one little thing, or smile more at people. That might be the little thing, but hey, the impact is what you want to have. And to think about that and to shift your habits and shift the way you're moving and help other people, we've got to have the time and mind space to be able to do that, right? To think about it and actually implement it. So that's number one. Number two is the emotional and spiritual capacity. Now, all of these are linked to money. Here's the thing, emotional and spiritual capacity. I see them as one. I don't see them separate. You might see them separate. Totally cool. We're not debating which one it is. It doesn't really matter, because the reality is you need that. You need that to be able to serve other people. I want to bring more happiness to this world, whether it's people that I work with, whether it's the people who I serve as my clients, the people I serve outside of work, just giving my time and energy and effort and my emotional capacity. I want to be able to serve these people, but let's just look at statistically, right? The number one reason, one of the biggest reasons people get divorced is money. From my understanding, I don't know whether it's a third or two-thirds. Someone can correct me on which one it is. If you know, put it in the comments. It's cool. If you know that it's a third, or it's two-thirds of the people who get divorced because of finances. I can't remember what the stats is, but there's something ridiculous, right? It's a very, very high rate of divorce because of money. So look, if you have more money, you're able. What that tells me is money is a massive source of fear from us, and we can't truly serve other people if we're in fear, right? We can't. How can you serve somebody else if you've got fear? You can't. You've got to let go of that fear. You've got to work on that fear constantly, consistently. It's a journey, it's not a destination. It's a constant thing. And so if finances are a massive part of the average everyday person's fear. Now look, you might watch this and go, finances aren't a fear for me. Cool, good for you. Let me know how you've done it, right? But every single person I know, and every single wealthy person I know, people I know who've got 30, 40, 50 million pounds worth of property, have financial fear. It doesn't matter how much money you got in your bank. People have financial fear. But the fear decreases as you get more money and more income, assuming you use it wisely, of course. For me, I know that when I get married and have a family, at some point, I'm going to need about £50,000 a year of income to live the lifestyle I want to live with my family. It's not going to be this massive lifestyle, even if I'm making loads of money, right? I don't want to live this massive lifestyle. I want to live a humble, small lifestyle. 50 grand a year is enough to fulfill that. Maybe a little bit more over time. But 50 is the baseline. Maybe it's 60 or 70, but it's not going to be huge amounts beyond that I'm going to personally live that lifestyle. Still going to be invested, still going to be growing my business, still going to be creating more streams of income. But ultimately, all of that is leading to helping the family unit first to become stronger as a unit, to become happier, to spread that happiness in the world, and then go out and help more people and other people become happier and serve them. That's why I want to make a ton of money. But if we can remove this bit of fear around money by just having a bit more of it, doesn't that make sense, right? So we can go and serve other people. And thirdly is resources. Resources being your the amount of money you got, or the ability to call somebody up, and somebody who's got influence, or somebody who's got the ability to execute something that you can't execute to help people. That influence, them resources are invaluable. And I have seen that through business, through becoming wealthy, the contacts you've got to make, the person you've got to become, the way you've got to act, the way you build your network, the way you execute stuff is immensely different from growing a business and making more sales that way than trying to develop that skill in other ways. I've seen that growing a business is the quickest way to do that, and making more sales in your business is the quickest way. Because here's the thing. If you're not in business, or you've not been in business long, you think this is the normal mindset, right? You think, I remember, I'm telling you from my experience, that person's got it sorted. They make X amount of £1 million a year. They ain't got no problems. They all have problems, but the quality of the problem increases. The scale of the impact of that solving that problem increases. and you develop a skill of being able to see what's really important and how to dig deep into how do you really solve these problems so they don't keep reoccurring. To me, that's really important. But also who you become and the contacts that you have and the resources that you have. So for me, it's about create more sales, because the more sales you can create, the more you have to upscale who you are, which enables you to have the resources, whether it's the financial resources, the contacts, or the problem-solving abilities to help more people outside of business. And that's why I want to grow a massive business, because I want to help as many people that I can possibly help. And that results in financial abundance. Creating wealth is the way to do that. Here's what I truly, honestly believe, that if you are doing good in the world, if you're there to do good, like doing good doesn't necessarily mean helping other people outside of business. It could be that, and that's cool if it is, but it could be people in your workplace, if you are employing people or outsourcing work to people, how are you treating them people? Because that has an impact on the world. How are you helping them? It could be your suppliers. It could be your clients. It could be random people that you meet. It could be people in your family. It could be friends. It could be whoever. It could be the person who comes and cleans the office, right? I'm in the office right now. The person who comes and cleans this. That could be the person who I help, right? And it doesn't matter who we're helping. It's the fact that we're helping. We're doing good in the world. And I love working with businesses who are doing good in the world, who have a mission, have a purpose, are driven to impact the world, whether it's just the world around them or the wider world. It doesn't matter. But for me personally, it's all of that. It's the people around me and the wider world that I want to impact. And I know that becoming wealthy is the way to do that, because as soon as you take the first step and you start to become wealthy, you are given more. You're entrusted by God, the universe, energy, broccoli, whatever you want to call it, right? It doesn't really matter. You are entrusted with more. If you use it wisely, you're entrusted with more, and your ability to impact the world expands. It expands, and you get so much more resources, and it becomes a wonderful, joyous journey versus this hard work, right? Of course, it's still hard work to put in there, but you're not constantly butting up against. It's not like you wake up and go, oh, I've got to do this thing. You wake up and go, right, how do I solve these problems today? It's amazing that I've got these problems to solve, these challenges to solve. And look, I truly believe that building a business is about, one of the most important things is bringing the sales. And often businesses oversee this thing. If they're not making sales, they oversee how to go and make sales through marketing and bringing that money and that wealth coming in. And what I help people do is build marketing funnels to help them grow their business, help grow their sales, and then turn that into like an automated funnel, or turn that into something that is perpetual, that continues to bring sales in. Right? Because once you create a stream of sales, you can create another stream of sales and another stream of sales and another stream of sales, and you start layering them on top of one another. And I really, look, in the years that I've been in business, I know that if you've not really got some sort of marketing funnel in your business, maybe you don't call it a marketing funnel, maybe you call it a marketing campaign, maybe you call it just marketing. Hey, who would have thought? You just call it marketing. But let's say maybe you even just call it marketing. That's cool. That's not a problem. Whatever you want to call it, right? Is having that campaign in place, having something there in place to make you more sales, instead of you doing it one-on-one, is kind of upscaling you and upscaling your business. Now, look, if you're somebody if you resonate with this and you're like, you know what, I want to put some sort of marketing campaign in place in my business. I want to put a marketing funnel. That sounds cool. Maybe you're somebody who wants it done for you. Maybe you're somebody who just wants it built, but you can create all the content yourself. Or maybe you're somebody who wants help on it, wants someone to coach them on it, for example. Then come and speak to me. If you want to create a marketing funnel in your business, if you resonate with this message and you want to create wealth for the sake of helping other people, I strongly believe that creating a marketing campaign, a marketing funnel is the way to do that. Because you can start to layer them. Create one, create another, create another, create another, create another, create another, and you start layering them. And what happens is you free up your time, you create more income, and you have more emotional, spiritual abundance, and you have more resources around you to tap into what you've learned and how you problem solve in creating that campaign. Then when your sales come in, you will have another challenge on your hands. It's how do you deliver that? Well, that's a good challenge to have, right? That's the happiness problem, and we all want the happiness problem. So look, If you think I can be of any help to you, send me a message on Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter, or maybe not Twitter, Instagram, or just email me, or on my website there'll be somewhere contacting me. Just contact me, and I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you about how I can help you create that in your business. But look, whatever you take away from this, take away the fact that if you want to have a real lasting impact to the world, to other people, then you've got to start putting marketing funnels in place. You've got to start dealing with these things of the time that you've got, the emotional, spiritual capacity, and the resources you've got. You've got to expand them. And the quickest way to expand them, create more income so that you can pay other people to do things for you and create more time for yourself. Create emotional, spiritual freedom through having an abundance of money, but humbly having an abundance of money, not having an abundance just so you can show off to other people, because that is the path of getting back into debt, and nobody likes that. And having more resources because of the contact you made, the people you're in contact with, the way they absolutely love you, your clients, your suppliers, your customers, whatever, people in your workplace, they outsource you. You have more impact because you've got a wider network of people doing stuff, taking action, having an impact in their worlds, whatever it is that you do, so that you can trickle through that impact to more people. And to do that quicker, have a marketing funnel in place that does that for you. Because it's like having you multiplied by, you say you got 1,000 people on your database, like you multiplying yourself 1,000 times. It's 1,000 times more effective. Okay, maybe not every single person is going to open and read your emails. Maybe you get 15% of people. Well, that's 150 of you. 150 of you. You can't have them one-on-one conversations, but you can do it through a funnel. So look, anyway, I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm super excited that you actually watched this right to the end. So thank you so much. If you have a vision or a mission, or you're purpose driven and you want to share that, please comment below and share what yours is. I would love to hear about yours, and maybe at some point there's some overlap. If you want help with your marketing funnels, then send me a message. Either email me on my website, or you can message me on all the social media platforms, and I'd absolutely love to help you out. Look, I'm still Divya Mystery, and this video was all about why I believe creating wealth is actually the secret to making the biggest impact in the world. Take some action, love the world, and let's start making a real big difference to you and your business and the people around you and your mission as well.